Welcome to Cooking with Nick. Today I'm doing red pea soup. This turned out much different than I expected, but still really good. As Jamaicans, we most often have red pea soup on Saturdays. So let's start with our peas and about a liter of water. To that we're going to add thyme. It's a favorite Jamaican herb and you'll find it in almost all our food. Beat up one stalk of scallion and add that. I'm adding it whole so I can remove it easily later. Ginger. Ginger peels really easy with a spoon. I'm going to peel it, give it the same treatment as our scallion. Just smash it. And this is also so I can remove it easily later. I think I'm just going to add half of that. Don't want our soup to taste too much like ginger. Just a background flavor. A scotch bonnet pepper. Also keen Jamaican cooking. I'm going to dice one onion. Add that to our pot. Here have a piece of celery. If you notice this is not the freshest celery, that's okay. Soups are a nice way to use up ingredients that are not the freshest. Just lying around in the fridge. Add that. So you have a piece of pumpkin. Pumpkin cooks really easy, and that's exactly why I want to add it now. So it overcooks and adds some texture to our soup. Usually, most Jamaican soups get their consistency from dumplings or spinners, but I'm skipping the dumpling for this recipe. So I'm just going to peel and dice. I'm going to add that to our pot. Okay, so now we'll just bring this up to a boil. Uh, that really smells good. That's the base for our soup and it smells good already. Scallion, thyme, and scotch bonnet trio is something else. So now for our protein, I'm using chicken legs. Into about 4 pieces. Oops. Yeah, so traditionally, red pea soup calls for chicken foot, beef, or pig's tail, but just using chicken today. So cut that up and add it to our pot. But before that, I'm going to add a couple pimento seeds, just a few, really good flavor. And then we'll add our chicken. This is about halfway done. Everything else cooks really easy. So I'm shooting for the peas to be soft by the time I'm finished cooking. So we'll just allow that to come back up to a boil and cover it. So now it's at a hard boil. Just going to reduce the flame a bit, let it simmer. So while that's simmering, I'm going to prep the garnish. It's good. So I'll be thinly slicing the green end of a piece of scallion, thinner the better. And I'll just put these in cold water and place it in the fridge. Cold water will force them to curl and look a bit more attractive. So we're checking back on our pot, simmering nicely. That has reduced a lot, but that's okay. You can just top it up with a bit of water. If it's reduced too far, and you'll be good. So next I'm going to dice some carrots and add to our pot. Dice sweet potato. Um, Use less sweet potato or your soup will end up sweet. You don't want a sweet soup, but sweet potato adds something. So we'll dice and wash our yam as well and add that to our pot. So at this point the peas is done. The vegetables I just added will cook really quick, so they will still have a nice bite to them when the soup is done. Next I'm adding cock soup mix. This is a really good soup base that goes in most Jamaican soup. So I'm just going to stir that in and let it simmer. Next I'm adding coconut milk. This adds a nice texture and the flavor is great. Corn from a can. Usually corn on the cob goes into most Jamaican soup, but I couldn't get any that was fresh enough. And frozen or canned corn generally has much better flavor than corn that's not freshly picked. So I'm just going to stir this in, and that is just about ready. Let it simmer a little bit. And I'll search for and remove all the ginger and scallion that I added earlier. So now that it's done, let's plate it up. A couple slices of avocado goes really well with this. Having soup in cups and mugs is a big Jamaican thing. It's really thick but not heavy, and it's really delicious. That's a complete meal. And we can just finish with our garnish and go. Red pea soup.